He thought about it.
See how nice Jen was?
Jen did the nice speech. I'm going a different route. For those of you who don't know me, come on, give me a break. I don't really know how I can top this scenery. This place is unbelievable. So this is the second time I've gotten to give a best man speech this summer. My roommate of 5 years in Chicago just got married in July. And, sorry? The heckling has begun. It's actually my third best man speech overall. A lot of people seem to think I'm the best man. You can ask Reba for actually, the good thing is that Ben and Chris never asked to see the video of those earlier speeches, because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't let me do this. Slow-moving train wrecks. Get comfortable. Get a drink. I've had a lot. So I learned, the royal we, I learned a few things in those earlier speeches. One is that I'm a, quote, habitual line stepper. I like to step over lines. I learned that my idea of humor is pushing the envelope of good taste. My roommate from Chicago is from Kentucky, and I gotta tell you, I hit every taboo subject in the book. Rednecks, incest. But I actually think I've learned a few lessons since then, and I'll let you guys be the judge, but maybe you can tell me whether I've, cleaned up my act, so to speak. So lesson number one, don't drink too much at cocktail hour. You would think this is an obvious lesson, and it should be, but if you've ever seen a grad student at an open bar, it's like a camel at an oasis. You never know when you'll find the next one. So, actually, a lesson I hadn't learned before tonight, because they didn't have the raw bar at those other ones, is don't eat 20 oysters before giving a speech. Seriously, it's true what they say about oysters right now. I don't know if it's Kristen's dress, but Tux is fitting a little snugger. I'm glad this one's on video. Actually, you know that old saying about what you should do if you're afraid of public speaking is picture the audience naked? I was kind of already doing it before I got up here. All right, enough of the oyster joke. Rule number 2, avoid off-color jokes in front of family, grandparents, etc. Damn it. This is what happens when you ignore lesson number 1 about the cocktail hour. Lesson number 3, avoid Shakespeare and other literary references. I learned this one the hard way. That's it. That was the joke. Lesson number 4, don't mention the groom's previous amorous conquests. Actually, this is an easy one. Lesson number 5, copiously thank the bride's parents and the family members involved to compensate for all the off-color jokes you might have offended them with. I probably shouldn't have revealed this lesson, but once you commit to a format. No, but seriously, I really do want to thank everybody who's been involved in putting this day together. I know Ben and Chris have actually done a lot themselves, especially Chris. I really want to thank the Mayalos for throwing just a wonderful party. I want to thank my parents and grandmothers and really everybody who's come here tonight, especially from far away. And I especially want to thank Chris for easing my grandmother's pressure on me to get married. That's by saying yes to my brother. Which brings me to the real subject of this speech. It's really only beginning. My brother. Some of you might be under the impression that Ben and I have had a tumultuous relationship over the years. And it's kind of true. We've butted heads on occasion. Boys being boys and what have you. Well, it's fine. We'll burn the evidence later. A lot of lawyers. So early on, I was pretty mean to Ben. When I was 10 and went away to summer camp, I learned this move called the typewriter. I'd sit on Ben's chest with my knees pinning his shoulders down. And I would type on his sternum, "Dear Mom and Dad." And then you have to reset the type bar. Ding. Actually, Ben allowed me to do this to him, at least the first few times. Sometimes I'd vary this maneuver by trying to erase what I'd typed, by drooling down towards Ben's face. And usually I would suck up the spin. Usually. Sometimes it would break. Oh yeah, and then the paper would get stuck and I just have to shake him by the ears. Yeah. And then when I was 12, we were on a family vacation with the Rothenbergs. We went to Cooperstown, New York. Shout out to the Rothenbergs. The highlight of this trip was the Baseball Hall of Fame, Cooperstown. The low light seemed to be a van we rented, which smelled like children's library books, had that old vomit smell, but kind of fresher. But the trip really went downhill after we were jumping on the beds in the motel, and Ben accidentally jumped on me. He said accidentally. And overreacting in the tradition of big brothers everywhere, I hauled off and took a swing at Ben. And fortunately, he turned his face, and I hit him on the side.